In this lesson, you are going to learn how to write a pattern rule given a sequence of numbers, given a pattern of numbers. And there's a specific way that you need to write a pattern rule, and I will show you what exactly that looks like just right now. And so finding pattern rules. So a pattern rule can be found by looking at the sequence of terms in a pattern. So we're going to use this example right here. Find the pattern rule for the following: 8, 14, 16, 22, 24. You'll notice my cat is right here. You can probably see a little bit of her. That's just a cat. So step 1, always write start at and then the first term in the pattern. So pretty simple. So here's our pattern right here, and these are our terms: term 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the first term is an 8. So we are going to write start at, because that's what it says. Start at 8. Period. That's what it always is going to start. Always start at and then something. So something that you have to just memorize. When it says just write the pattern rule or describe the pattern, it means start like this. So start at 8. Then step 2, figure out how each term changes from one to the next. Use your arching arrows above the pattern. So in the last 2 lessons that you watched, we used this strategy. And so we're going to use it again. It is very useful. So put our little arrows going from one number to the next, and then we just have to figure out how they increase or decrease. And so 8 going into 14, we're going to increase, and that is going to be by 6, because 8 plus 6 is 14. Then from 14 to 16, we're going to go up by 2. And remember to always just look at 2 numbers at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself by looking at the entire pattern. And then so 16 plus something equals 22. So that is going to be a 6, because 16 plus 6 is 22. And then 22 plus 2 is 24. So that's step 2, is do these arching arrows. And then after that, you're going to figure out what the pattern is. And so you're going to use words like increase or add, decrease, subtract, multiply, divide. Yes, there will be a couple questions like that. I think multiplying, I don't think there is dividing in the questions that I give you. But don't repeat anything. So you'll notice that it has 6 plus 2 plus 6 plus 2. We just want where it doesn't repeat. So 6 and 2 right there, plus 6 and plus 2. So we're going to write like this: add 6, then add, oops, that's not a very good D. Add 2, my cat's getting in the way. Each time you could write. And then we know if I was to erase the sequence of numbers right here, we would be able to recreate it using this pattern rule, because we'd know that we'd write 8 first, then we'd add 6, and then 2, and then 6, and then 2, and so on. And we're going to look at 2 more examples. Here's the first one. So we're going to go using this pattern to find the pattern rule. So here are our steps up at the top. So the first one is write start at. So we are going to write start at right here. Start at, and what's the first number in the sequence? 99. So we write 99, period. Then we need to figure out how each term changes from one to the next. So we draw our arrows here, and then we figure out what it is. So from 99 to 98, that's minus 1. Then 98 to 198, that is plus 100. Then we've got 198 to 197, that is minus 1. 197 to 297, that's plus 100. And this is going to be minus 1. So here's our pattern right here. This is where it is, because it repeats starting right there. And so we are going to subtract. You could say subtract or decrease, doesn't matter, but not minus. Subtract 1, then add, let me go over here because the cat's in the way, 100 each time. And there's our pattern rule. We could get rid of the numbers and we would still know what that number is. We could recreate it. Okay, our next one is going to be a little bit harder, it seems like, but don't worry, I'll help you with the answers. And so we are going to write the pattern rule for the following: 2, 22, 12, 132, 122, and 1,242. And so it seems like, whoa, how could that jump that high? So we are going to start with our beginning. Start at 2. Okay, start at 2. Now, we know it's increasing here, and it's decreasing here. Increasing, decreasing, increasing. Now, the way that these numbers increase, like really fast, indicates that it might not be addition. So we're going to try it out first. Let's think. Okay, so 2 plus 20 is 22. Then 22 minus 12. 22 minus 10 is 12. Okay, so then if I put plus 22 here, then I'd have to go 12 plus 20, or 12 plus 20, and that would be 32. But this isn't 32. So what we're going to do is go back to the beginning. It can't be plus 22. Let's think multiply. What can we multiply 2 by to get 22? 11. 22 times 11, or 2 times 11 is 22. Then 22 minus 10 is 12. Then to get from 12 to 132, we go times. You can use a calculator if you need to, but it's 11. If you were doing this on your own, I would expect you to have to use your calculator to make sure that you knew what this was. I even used a calculator to make sure that I knew. And then 132 minus 10 equals 122. And then this is going to be times 11 again. So here is our pattern right here. So we are going to go multiply, not times, multiply by 11, comma, then subtract 10 each time. And there's our pattern rule. Okay, so always start with start at. That's the easy part. And then you have to figure out what the pattern is, how it increases or decreases, and then you have to explain it using the simplest terms possible. And so, yeah, that is what it looks like to create a pattern rule. There we go. My screen is going crazy here. And so, yeah, do the questions below and make sure that you are using the steps again. Rewatch the video if this didn't make sense and ask questions if you need to.